made an entire box of Vienna fingers yesterday.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
I don't want to do it again, but it's not out of the question. You know, we'll get Oreos.
So it started off like as a solo project like 2 years ago. I started making like dinky electronic music and I was like, Prior Panic's a cool name. And then I was like spending all summer working on an EP going into like October 2016 and I was like, all right, putting out this little electronic EP. I did all myself. And then like 2 weeks before I scrapped the entire thing and wrote some cello songs and like did like electronics and drums like on Ableton with it. And put that out instead, and started gigging with my cello. I got a band together, my friend / current roommate Amy, and Franny and Pistato, who is on tour right now. We played one show together in April, and that was like the first time Prior Panic was a full band. And then I went home for the whole summer and like took a break from everything and came back, and Amy had moved to Philly temporarily, so Otto started playing guitar. Yeah, it's interesting. And Franny was playing with us for a while, but she went on tour, and now Zach's playing with us, and it's tight.
Since the end of December, I joined the band, and we've been doing a lot of shows since then, so there's been a lot of like Prior Panic action, but I haven't been in the group for very long. The first show was the one opening for Sorority Noise.
Yeah.
That was the first time I played with everyone, so I remember just being like, all right, my drums are mic'd. I'm playing the drum kit of the drummer of Sorority Noise in Old Grey in front of a bunch of people, and I don't know the song names, but I know the songs, and having to like just kind of deal with all that and then just like go at it. And we had a bunch of shows that happened right after that one too, so for a long time it was literally just like we were practicing for the shows, but mainly the shows were what we were getting our practice from, and it was good. It was a good way to like just jump into things.
I'm Nate. I'm recording the Prior Panic LP. Here we are at the record company in Boston.
Nate and I went to Berkeley together. They graduated last year. They have worked with a lot of my friends. They were like friends with a lot of my friends. They did the Daisy EP last year, the Daisy album. And they did the new Dent record that has a pending release. And yeah, I don't know, we did the single together and it was really fun, so we had to do it again, and I like really trust them. I think like with my music, they're really talented and like really intuitive about like what sounds good, and like they know how to mix the cello, which is like
We're having the fun challenge of recording rock electric cello. I think for this, just trying to keep it like super straightforward, you know, because it's kind of like, I think I would approach this differently if it was, if you were playing the instrument in a different context, but you're playing it as a like low frequency, low end kind of thing, right? So that's how I'm treating it. I'm treating it like a bass, upon which there is like guitars and drums and vocals and stuff. So yeah, it's basically just like the bass into a DI that's just kind of there to have, and then into a drive pedal, and then into a reverb for when they want reverb. And then the amp is one I'm borrowing from some friends of mine, the Amp Club of Cambridge. Shout out to Amp Club of Cambridge. It's just like a pretty like cleanish like tube amp that's super loud, and it's running into a bass cab that just has like a FET condenser bass microphone on it. I think it sounds very cool. It's definitely like probably one of the only times I will ever record electric cello, I imagine.
I'm a classically trained cellist. I started taking lessons when I was like 10. One summer I did like a Berkeley strings camp and like opened my eyes to like weird ways to play cello and stuff. I mean, like it's the same instrument as a cello. It's got a low F string actually. It's a 5-string, so it's a little different. But yeah, I didn't realize that it would like be its own instrument for me. I thought it would just be like an extension of playing cello, like acoustic cello, but Yeah, it just kind of happened.
I don't know, I never really thought about it in that way. Like, I kind of almost have had to not think of theory at all and just kind of go for, like, instinct because of, I don't know, it's an interesting dynamic playing in a three-piece. Because you play with dynamics a lot. Julie's the one that thinks about fucking mixolydian scales. I don't think about that.
I don't think about it when I'm writing it. I only think about it when I'm like, you're like asking me. Like, when you're like, what note is this? And I'm like, oh, it's like, think of it like harmony 3, baby.
There are things that I feel that Julia has written for Prior Panic that like just a bass player never would necessarily. So yeah, that was like kind of a challenge at first, but like a fun one.
It started off not even remotely like this, and the project has changed a lot, but I feel like it's finally at a place where it's like found an identity musically and creatively, which feels good because having that in flux for such a long time and not really knowing what you're doing, like it pays off, but it's exhausting.
Yeah.
Whenever I do like vocal warm-up videos, like yeah, it's
just the fuse that blew too soon. Trying to be the one to light up the room. Myself and my activities of daily living off of productivity. A silent love fulfills my head with dread and doubt. I only feel as good as the art I put on. But I've spent 5 months being quiet, I'll show. And cry and fucking scream to find it, but who can calm me down? I'm naked standing in the storm, trying to prove I can create my own warmth. I'm naked standing in the storm, trying to prove I can create my own warmth. I'm just another crazy bitch, but I'll cycle around and maybe I'll teach these moves or make some new ones. Kiss my wounds and tell me I'm not asking too much of my friends.